Good morning, Yasha Allah. Tribes that have been scattered abroad on the face of the earth. Eka Tadaba. Greet you with thoughts of loving kindness and mercy from the Most High Yahweh and Mashiach, his beloved, whom he has set forth to be a payment for sin and to cleanse unrighteousness from Yaakov and the 12 tribes. Man katakoroboshe, to all that look to him for healing and cleansing and renewal in the blessed Ruach. In his name, we bring you this lesson this morning, Yasha Allah. And seek the peace for Yasha Allah in particular. For you know that after the Most High is done with sealing his 12 tribes, then anyone else to be sealed would be sealed. The 12 tribes, Yasha Allah, come first. We have been made last, and actually we have been made to disappear from the reckoning of the world's records. The scripture says, the Apostle Paul calls us the offscouring of all things, the dregs of the dirt. That's how we have been viewed in the earth. But the Mashiach, who paid for our redemption, comes to seal us first. And so I want you to know, Yasha Allah, that what you are experiencing today is the unbridled and venomous hatred of the people who call themselves Jews, who've been ever seeking to corrupt, to destroy, and steal the birthright that was sealed. There's that word again, sealed by the blood of the covenant, blood of Mashiach, seal it. I really don't see how they could pull it off, but they have been game for it and have made all attempts. I kid you not, all attempts they have made to change the mind of the Most High himself, to change the will of the covenant written all through the scriptures. It's why they tried so hard to corrupt the scriptures, but the will is from the opening of the book of Genesis, Bereshit, unto Revelation. The will is in the whole Bible, so they could not get rid of it. Oh, they tried. You know the million translations of Bibles on the earth. All that was in the attempt to get rid of the covenant. Couldn't do it until now. So we thank the Most High for his foresight, his wisdom and knowledge that has secured the birthright on the behalf of Abraham and his seed, 12 tribes. But today we want to once for all clear up a matter that's been plaguing the house of Esau for some time now. And the matter is concerning the blood oath covenant that Napoleon's Catholic priests, what do you call them, Jesuits, and the fallen, decrepit scoundrel filth of the earth, Levite, oath that they made together in the time of the economic crisis of France, when Levi, filth that he became, put himself forward to make a covenant of oath to make our slaves, to benefit the economic crisis in France. That's how slavery was begun. Then you have Willie Lynch coming along in 1812. The slavery was begun in the 1700s with the French Revolution and the economic crisis of France, when Levi sold Judah for slaves. And then you have the other stinking piece of filth, Esau, coming in 1812 on the James River to declare, let's make a slave, because Levi had already gone up before and set the template. We want to correct some history for you today, as we have been doing for a while now, because you got your history mixed up and you want to mix us up with your mix-up. But the Father's word is clear and sure and right and quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword to clear up the mix. Clear up the mix-up. So yes, this blood oath covenant matter that we have been dealing with at length for some time now, it's come to a head now because the principal offering of the blood oath covenant, that was a human sacrifice, a sacrifice offering that was to be paid to France, us to be paid to France, to be paid to a pig-loving nation. They want a clean, unblemished sacrifice from the tribe of Judah to be sacrificed for the scums of the earth, for the whole earth. I mean, the scums of the whole entire earth. Want to sacrifice your beloved. I hope so. I know that we have a history of destroying those that the Most High sent to benefit us. And if I should fall in that category, then I'm happy to be among my forefathers who were disowned by their brethren, the 12 tribes, as they strove to serve the Most High. I'm not putting it on you, Yasha Allah, only saying. But we are in a time where all these matters of our hatred towards one another must be cleared away, must be in the ceiling, must be cleansed and made pure, made set apart for the coming of the Messiah, our King. That's what this exercise is all about. And the attack I experienced last night, a few hours from now, as I'm speaking to you, last night I was attacked by the principal scum of Levi, the anti-Messiah, come to attack me because of expounding on the cancellation of the blood oath covenant. Because last year, on the Day of Atonement, when the Mashiach went in to cleanse the sanctuary, the blood of covenant that was formed in the time of the French Revolution that blood of covenant was covered over and done away with. In fact, the time of it came to an end. It was no longer in existence. But you know, Esau being the devil who he is, and the devil being the devil, leading them, thought they could come and exact a payment for this blood oath covenant. They thought that they could come over scripture and from their occultist labors and their occultic ceremonial blunders, that they thought that they could come and make a sacrifice of me, who was to be the sacrificial offering for France, for these pieces of below the scum level. And last night, one who was one time a jewel, a precious stone in the house of Yasha Allah, and made himself of no account to become a hater of the Most High and of the Mashiach. The cleaning force, the cleansing force of the Most High Yahweh by his blood, who entered into the most set apart place according to Leviticus chapter 16 on the Day of Atonement, and made atonement for Yasha Allah to have us cleansed. And now in these times of the sealing, to seal those now that he has cleansed, the beasts of the wild have thought that they could raise up a finished covenant, see if they could raise it up and come to present it on the behalf of Satan over me, to have me be made a sacrifice for the filthiest people on the whole. You know, the words I seem not to be able to find of how filthy Edom and Levi are. But they want to take someone that has really been washed and cleansed in the blood of the Mashiach as a sacrifice for them. Oh man, how filthy can you get? So to all the occultists in the whole earth, I curse you in the name of the Mashiach, and by the authority of his blood, cast you into the pit of destruction. The nerve of you, the unmitigated nerve of you to believe that your blood oath need or wish can trump the blood of the Messiah, and you think you can reach out and make a sacrifice of me? And I curse you all to the depths of hell and the pit, and may the fire, the heat be multiplied how many times over on your behinds. Because the Day of Atonement that we had last year brought to an end any kind of agreement, any kind of claims that Satan would have had over us. The Day of Atonement last year finished it. And in fact, the contract was already up, finished. The time of it. The historical record at the time of it was finished. And that is why the Mashiach waited. Even though he paid for everything in the crucifixion that Esau did to him in our homeland in Jerusalem 2,000 years ago, he waited until all the records, the and the full exercise of Rome's power and authority to execute the Mashiach. He waited all those receipts came in before he allowed the 400 years enslavement, so that it would be included in the atonement that he made transaction for in the crucifixion. Of course, Gadriel would not know that. And so in the 400 years enslavement, he put out all the power he had, every ounce of it. He put it out on Yasha'Allah to destroy and get rid of them by the hand of Esau and Levi. And lo and behold, still here today. And they thinking, I don't know why they would do that, but it's like them anyway, because they think that we are people who are oblivious to the love of the Most High, which he shared upon us so abundantly, giving his beloved the best that heaven affords, the very best. Most High, Abanawa, gave his very best for us to sanctify a people unto himself. And Satan, Gadriel, believing with all the satanic occultists across the face of the earth, believing that they had something that they could use to promote the Jesuit Blooded Covenant that they formed between themselves, because they were the political ruling authorities in the earth. They made that claim that they could sacrifice one of the house of Yahweh on the hatred and the malice of Levi against the Mashiach. They made their blooded covenant, and fixed it up. Come now today. Come and cast your stinking eyes upon me. But you made the mistake of your life. You can't have what belongs to the Most High. What would you do with it? Filthy it up? The Most High will have no filth in his kingdom. Therefore, the sealing time has come to cast you out, push you out. You don't want that filth in his kingdom. You've been trying all your best to mix up historical records and DNA and all that stuff to get yourself in a lineup to be a part of the chosen. You disqualified yourself. You destroyed as best you could the covenant blessing for cleansing for sin. You destroyed it. And you put your doctrine out, your document, the Nicene Creed, to make sure that it's known that you had the power and you did it. The Nicene Creed stands against you. It stands for you and against you. It stands for you to witness that you brought to pass your hatred against the covenant from the time of its offering in the book of Bereshith, in Genesis, when the covenant was offered. You had no love for it, no need for it, but desired the precious benefit of it. How could that be? Where would that stand in the presence of anyone with some sense of righteousness in them? Where would that stand? How could that stand? So then how could it stand before the Most High, Yahweh of the heaven and the earth, who made it by his power and his wisdom and his might? He made it. I'm still waiting to see from Anton LaVey or anyone, Blavatsky, any one of you occultists. I'm still waiting to see the document proclaiming Satan as the creator of heaven and earth. I know it's not available, but I'm putting it out there because maybe you can forge something and make it look good on the behalf of your king, Satan Gadriel, whom I showed you before, that by revelation I found out that Satan Gadriel is unable to sustain the earth and hold it up as we know it to be in space, traveling through space. The one little earth, Satan is unable to control, to administer control over and keep it going the way it needs to be going in the cosmos. The one little earth can't control it. I share this with you, Yasha Allah, to help you understand who you are serving, the king, the great king whom you are serving, whom you were called to be servants unto, Mashiach the Blessed. And so if you try to put it in context, in terms of who should be, a ruler and owner of the cosmos, now let's put the whole picture up. You got a whole huge cosmos around us, worlds that were created by the Most High, with the Mashiach being right there on hand. And you have a fallen cherub, not even the highest of the Malachims, a fallen cherub, boasting of himself to be something great, coming to make claims against the offering in the blood of Mashiach. So I had this visit from the stench, the man of sin, last night, a few hours ago, come to show his power to me, as that he could have, this blood oath covenant, a deal pulled through, been canceled. And in the day of Yom Kippur last year, then finished, washed away. But I guess they thought that we were sleeping as a people and unaware of the historical procession of prophecy, and come to see if they could pull one over on us. We know Esau has been finished from the Day of Atonement last year. His kingdom was finished. Finito. No power to rule anymore. Finished since last year. Your power is finished. Going places in Africa and other areas, trying to exert power over our people. You're finished. Your time is finished. How dare you come to me in my face to exert some power? You want a blood covenant sacrifice of me, who was purchased by the blood of the Mashiach? And you're beyond crazy. You're beyond stupid. You're beyond being a stench. So I come to post it for the whole world, that your blood oath covenant was finished. The time, how you measure the time, I kind of a little mixed up right now. You got my blood boiling hot that you could come and bring your stink, filthy self in my face. You looking for a blood oath covenant of me, who was purchased by the blood, the precious blood of the Lamb? You got to be stupid. So to all the occults out there, if you will offer yourself for a trial, you may do so. All of you, bring all your occultic powers together, all over the earth. Bring them together and see the power of the resurrection. See it. It's like a childish, foolish game. You think you could play with us, Esau? Your funny farms. Finished. They're coming to take you away. They're coming to take you away. Ha ha, to the funny farms. That's you being taken away. You thought you could do that to us. No, it's you. In the name of the Most High. So I post this lesson, Yasha Allah, to help us from the attacks of the man of sin, a fallen, decrepit, despicable Levite who has boasted himself against the Mashiach and believed that he could get worship from us. And it's so laughable, but it is what it is. And it's what we are facing at this time. What we have been called to address and to secure the love of the Mashiach, by which he has purchased us for the kingdom of the Most High Yahweh. Your blood oath covenant is finished, kaput. Throw it away out of our faces. Get all your occultists and burn them together with yourselves. Get it away. Finish it. Done. Kaput. Done. How many times must I say it? Done. So all your funny farms business and all your George or Orwellian theories, finish. Smithereens. Gone. Gone, Esau. Your foolishness that you keep on bringing up to us. All your foolishness, your stenchiness you keep bringing to us. But how great you are. You're nothing. The Most High said that you be nothing but like unto spittle. That's written in the Apocrypha. Spittle. You're all about over the earth talking about how good you are and how great you are. Spittle, stench, hate goodness and righteousness. How could you have any worse? And you hate goodness and righteousness. You hate Torah. Where's your worth? And stenchiness and nastiness and filthiness? That's your worth. That's what you have shown to the prince of the covenant, who comes to be the ruler over all. And in the days of these kings, there he comes to set up a kingdom that shall never be destroyed. So I wanted to touch bases with you, Yasha Allah, to help you understand the goings on of today, where the man of sin want to insinuate himself into our covenant that the Mashiach made with us. he wants to insert himself into that and say this 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 ruler of the covenant is himself. So pitiful. O thou man of sin, get thee into darkness where you belong and trouble us no more. Napoleon and the Jesuits, blood oath covenant, finish. Finish. 2020, finish all of it. Burn it up. Cast it into the pit of darkness. For our Mashiach has been made manifest to take away our sin, to offer cleansing for us. And so we can move on, Yasha Allah, when they come to torment your mind. You put up the covenant on them and let them see that the blood of the Mashiach cancel all the debts. Blood of the covenant debt and every other debt. Cancel, paid for. Cancel. Get it out of our faces. Your devil dark nonsense. I bless you today, Yasha Allah, in the name of the Most High and of our Mashiach. Stand fast in the liberty wherewith Mashiach has made us free. Until next time, bless you.